Welcome to the channel, and today we are going to study about chapter 7, tribes, nomads and settled communities. So beyond big cities, tribal societies, there were however other kinds of societies as well. Many societies in the subcontinent did not follow the social rules and rituals prescribed by the Brahmins, nor were they divided into numerous unequal classes. Such societies are often called tribes. So what exactly were tribes? Tribes were the people that did not want to follow the social rules and rituals that were told by the Brahmins, because at that time there was Varna system, and in the Varna system there are four categories. The top one is of Brahmins, second one is of Kshatriyas, third one is Vaishyas, and the last one is the Shudras. I will discuss this next. And they did not practice inequality, and they were known as tribes. Okay. Members of each tribes were united by kinship bonds. Many tribes obtained their livelihood from agriculture. Others were hunter-gatherers or herders. Most often they combined these activities to make a full use of the natural resources of the area in which they lived. Some tribes were nomadic and moved from one place to another. A tribal group controlled land and pastures jointly and divided these among households according to its own rules. So basically, their main occupation for their livelihood was agriculture, and some were hunter-gatherers or herders. Hunter-gatherers is a term used for the people who hunted and gathered resources for their survival. And most often they did both the things, agriculture and hunter-gathering, to make the full use of the natural environment around them. And many of the tribes, or some of the tribes, were nomadic, means they moved from one place to another. And a tribal group controlled land and pastures jointly and divided things among households according to its own rules. So they also divided and prescribed and controlled also the pastures of land jointly, and they also divided the land in the households according to the rules, because they did not work under some king or something. They ruled their way. Many large tribes thrived in different parts of the subcontinent. They usually lived in forests, hills, deserts and places difficult to reach. Sometimes they clashed with more powerful caste-based societies in various ways. The tribes retained their freedom and preserved their separate culture. So what happened at that time? That the tribal people were at different parts of the Indian subcontinent. They usually live in the forests, hills, deserts and places that are difficult in reach and are pretty far from a place like a desert. Okay. But caste base. No, I was just telling you something else. So basically, they also sometimes clashed with more powerful caste-based society. Means they also met some of the tribal people with caste-based society. Some agreed and some did not agree the caste system. And the tribes continued their freedom and the separate culture. Means they did not want to be ruled by anybody. They had a separate king and had a separate culture to follow. But the caste-based and tribal societies also depend on each for their diverse needs. This relationship of conflict and dependence gradually caused both societies to change. Now we will learn about who were the tribal people. Contemporary historians and travelers give very scanty information about the tribes. A few expectations apart, tribal people did not keep written records, but they preserved rich customs and oral traditions. These were passed down to each new generation. Present-day historians have started using such oral traditions to write tribal histories. So in the present time, the historians and the travelers, they have a pretty good source of information about the tribals or the tribes. And some of the tribes did not keep the written records just like the kings, but they had many things like pots, mats, carpets, these all to study their future. And the historians used these oral traditions to write tribal histories. Okay. Tribal people were found in almost every region of the subcontinent. The area of a tribe varied at different points of time. Some powerful tribes controlled large territories. In Punjab, the Khokhar tribe was very influential during the 3rd and 14th centuries. Later, the Gakhars became more important. The chief Kamal Khan Gakhar was made a noble Mansabdar by Emperor Akbar. In Multan and Sindh, the Langhas and Arghuns dominated extensive regions before they were subdued by the Mughals. Okay, so at that time, they were found the tribal people were found in almost every region of the subcontinent, and their areas were at very different points, and some tribes also control large territories. For example, like in Punjab, the Khokhar tribes was very influential because they were very powerful tribes. And in the 13th and 14th centuries, the Gakhars became more important. And their chief also, known as the Kamal Khan Gakhar, was made a noble or Mansabdar by Emperor. Mansabdar is a term which is used for an individual who takes care of horses, maintains cavalry, collects taxes, and gives them to the king. And also when they are in other state, because they were more common at that time, they were in the other state, so their servants instead collected all the taxes, and till then they did the work.